ya okumi anono emra shebedwani no waka nkyina gu ya nto wokyena na bato no bekoso ntie behwe se ahoboate se ne mekosen ye bedi ho enkomo afa no akyi nso no na committee amampani yi wo mo se obonhwe chief justice nkane chief justice ma me jetu tokonu nsemsemu no om the report no koya na mampani agina report no so recommendation wo mu no so atwe ma me na sensan anaso watwe yi na free ni debrese chief justice na ene ye bedo sokwane ahwe nsema hodo a see ye ma me no consensus ahodo bi orezi ye wobra na process no ekoso no ene de omu gina so nti omu sisa gina ya om the recommendation ma mampani no ni nyina ye behwe na ye di ho enkomo de sanse akwatia eye party mienu na kokoprinti na NDC ni MPP nti no omanam sifon so na ewa ha na NDC ni dia waba Haruna Kingsley Amaliba eka NDC communication team no wono abeka mensa na mom na MPP ni no nya mai oba ye ne no beto enkomo no so Amaliba akwaba na bia boko adum na bio akwatia so far how far mahobot se ne mekosa mugiri se botumi di nkunu mu sanse eho no nafa mu saa eho ne ba bia MPP stronghold na dia no wo ho ansa na we ban so ne MPP ni nti nema ben na mo ye dem emamunya reshi mu say amafo begina so da to abam na mama okira
si o minchi na minche busionfo ajebre ehwe ye na dwoi diama akwatia ye NDC wo gidie say be wini akwatia no say ukọ akwatia na impotemu a mpuntu ndwuma abo so da Johnson abo akokọ no meanwhile MPP aban etina kunyo so mfi nwotwe amambu akọ so sanse na enso ni nti akwatiafo so omunya nsusunso no bi santi ensan mpuntu ndwuma akọ ahwe okwatia na kwatia man ehia se Ghana man ebetu mpo na ebi aka omo na di hye oho adi yi nti omo behwe eno so no mato aba ayomampini John ama lawyer bedi akon ochina mana be mra sebedwani esan se be no kasai aja oba ene honhon konkron adwuma ne yeye
ene sei
aja no ene omampini oba no ene DC a mansini so afo a wo sampotem ho aka honhon konkron a ono so be ye mra sebedwani obekakobọ omampini ene mansini so afo no chidom na mpuntu a afanu miensa we ihia se ebekọ akwatia na ebekọ senior me no ka se aban ye ba kunwa so abosume wotwenie fu abo agina faako abafom aba begina faako akwatia drivers ebi kaum ebio no fee stress policy e de bae awofo awomba eco senior high universities omo fees e tuaye no ebi aka akwatia fo so tanse you student ho a omo ko schools and universities akuyafo koko yatuma ma omo free fertilizer ya free abam 2006 MPP buy on be free ho ya sade ababiom akuyafo mo ho omo saka bi farmer service center ye bebi akuyafo mo o de say akwatia ene importemu omo so beka ebio ya light ejira so akwatiafo omo ye bi akwatiafo hia so mo kwan ebe ye omo be schools omo be hospitals omo be all the social amenities a ebo ama nipa yie di nipa senam ekonkan no omo hia bi na NDC face these elections with the credibility and the scorecard that we have led by John Dramani Mahama, His Excellency the President, the nation's builder. Wona oka oye na insentino akwatiafo ahunu peface yeso nsuo ni yeso ansa okodwa so mprenu ana hu de ba nti obo yesa mfom so no kra se bedi akon ya nto aba ne mpo wagina simpie so aka se bi yenua eneskumi a wada ne benkum so no waha no na hwe dwuma wagya to ne so ombe ya the man have already given up and hope ben wo de ba
loka se waha no a enye se bi a wa ma ne wera ho adwuma so de kasa
wo se dwuma edaro so pa oba beye no waha no. That means when Hukotukua don't put on the crash him, this guy doesn't qualify to go to parliament, especially at the time where MPP as a political party, maybe a party at the Tiapan Sama Kudri. Who has some issue in a year, Kumia years, okay. Me whom I'm pinning that Kufuado and about Miato. Oman ten some point Chomon or Makasa. What more bet you in a Duchum, Bana Champon, Kine Japan, Baumia. Kobreje Japan ene omo ka ho ina no full of tension party way na Ghana ni ba ben pa no odwe oman yi hu asabre odi oman na hye MPP fo nsa say ye to abayi mra hye bedwani say onko party onko mra hye bedwam MPP di mu ho na be yes ade no
I didn't know can say
I was expecting MPP say abra wo mo koi say no mo 2016 2024 manifesto na me boa no mo atam o manifesto no mo di akọ NDC ka say free SHS review near see about a cancellation President Mahama wa cancel true or false watwam right Mahama ka so oba capitation grant obetua ka da ho ina no sa pejam oba ye wonye mbajo so hu Mahama ka say oba ebo wo hye ni na no oba ye wonye and were able to produce evidence and support that with the facts. Are they able to do that? They haven't. Almost Ghana phone no. Ghana ni ba no. Listen here. We are facing the elections tomorrow. Man for say, Akwatia for any that mistake. Already you want to third of MPs of Parliament. MPs need hear more. In fact, you benya ni na krampo akebe jaka ho. Inti before there. About what
makes you think? What makes you think it's MPP? Said they are working because more to tell in Parliament because you are in government and you know a man for Becca say one more Anton Farmer MPP no but one NDC what bra sit near MPP there na de kurano no okon fa so kra koye no mpofiri mu bibisa no sympathy votes kra no anya de betumi aba na boama said they are working no de ohya no o kan ho no so ye the party ba no aba bebeto aso
senior first of all Ghana konwa ne party bia dia na MPs of Parliament so ye party bia dia at the end of every 4-year tenure of our democratic journey see a call about na every party goes with 0 seat and 0 mandate until you earn it through the mandate of the people and Akwatia no enye be before dia Akwatia no a winnable seat which every party can win. Likewise, all part of the country, 276 constituencies, you know, every political party have the chance to win. Whether or not how beti men win this seat, you know, it depends on behavior in government or policies are what they ba. And then some will be kind better to before those no matter to about amount.
Okay.
And him say NDC could have a track record.
Okay.
Na Ghana for per party a dream of mine who ne dimpuntu ba ni pasrim. And then such a ba ni pasrim. Me ye die eka tibamufoni nyina NDC aban titu na aban ya mampini Mahama edi animu eni tuna ekotia fo beto aba Dr. Bediakon no be come mampini hu na
me da say yensaka Jamaluddin Abdallah MPP communication team member no NPP photo safra na so soma no se wombesi wo manan Abdallah akwaba
ya
bibia boko
adom
ochira muso ma ho boa ne sen den na mbotuma gina so de akasa nunti akotia fo beto aba mambochina
meda sene akwenya odi ama me first of all ma me mfa nchia kese ma yahwefo ye ma me ne papa na mo ne nua na mo a omo dada ni da ni na omo fidie ni da UTV no meda nchia kese komo mo na me sanso fa de fidie so we she ye nua ba efiakoto a happy birthday. Oni, the member of parliament for Wale Wale, very young and dedicated man, or represented the good people of Wale Wale, your friend Dr. Kabir. Dr. Kabir Tia, also me man a happy birthday. And me akwetia for so me momo ya ko kese ya yenim DAC. Yenim kwan ya fa so esi yenim nsama amanfo keka ye ene de ma ne ye bi amanfo bi ye ene messages bi a ana enkra bi amanfo me ma ya ansa ne ye ba bedru sam pempenso yi me nkai omo yawo me di fidie so ejina MPP anemu emo de na yakọ na no nso ye to nsa fra omo so omo bra we nti ni yendi ye nua a nyamento nsa fra no 1 week no omo ba ma na ye fe da me hiro omo ni na be ye ware shemu se asundwie ene omo mpuntu nti omo betu anamompa nyame ya adomo china. Back to the issue. In 2024 na no ye kokoto aba omo edi omo ratio omogidi ehye abranti a yefre no honorable NS Ekumi emu no mo gidi se sa abranti no betimi etu anamo ewura bibia eche so wura na otumidi mpuntu ebra akoti aman na so fofi anto ata atete omode ne femu sa branti ya say gina 2020 original 2020 with a difference of I think a little over 1,000 and a NDC candidate a defeat on one enum to or granting interviews on one of your sister stations okay say sad yearly see year 2020 na nkrofo say oh my engine tum yensa nkoko no say debi my engine tum na enyame hihye de enyame pe ene esi into 2020 what say NS Kumika ho asem ojitu mu boko ena court na ni baby ena siesie na namotuo ena osaba ye 2024 oba ye na nyame Isra na namontuo no so ma yetimi to abama no se omrambe gina as their MP science ye nyame de ma no we nya hoto da ekosi mra nyame to ne nsafre no atete mo atete ote se na no oko constituency kra ni constituency for ekokodi nkika ho a na ye the national security for aba cars se ye ba be chenako MP moawo ye ba be doa no te se ne ye doa kronfo no ne de na hyeka mu de na bankran esan se omo pese kwan bia so na omo gi seat no efri ni nsim now so sabranti oni mu na ekọ election and mo de mu message by no so de ni message by na akweti afo say akwa ni message no na emote nti omo ato ama no yesa so te ya yesi de na kokoti ukofodua amanfo te parliament no na NS Kumi enam court e ukofodua aden sa akweti afo ato ama no nti enya ade amobeji ato na nya me wanwa because niema esisi 2024 elections no ebi si Ghana maimuda yetimi koto aba na coalition center ye the macho men fo abeto ho ni ya tete pinches ni na ni asese ya sisi EC fo akade ne akodi omode organize elections ni atetere amanfo nsa ni the weapons ato oboso ni ya declare by force say obi a on wini ye no ne de amano NS committee meeting na ne so ekon sa de omotu omeni to no so
one no wini ne de omode ma no
yet take constituencies p constituency akra ye declare obi abra na enye no kre tema central ye declare obi abra na enye no kre and we saw the videos your videos are ye de macho men eko gu Electoral Commission officers your videos are Electoral Commission officers yes seniema na ble kuma no fe ya den esi ye sans niema na esi ye no enya ade a eboa ye democracy enya ade a me no ne na se ye pempuntuo se ye kasa democracy na ebe ya eche se ye timidi ye nsabo ye bone ye kasa niema esi ye ense emfata asai Ghana din edi abra ye democracy no so because identity an ye kokoto aba say ebetimi the match of akogu coalition center aforce amanfo declare and identity an ye kokoto aba and they answering declare se nipa timi ko ni ye koto aba ni yi ti sese na akotiafo yi NS Kumi na amanfo be sorry aka say pasa sa brand ye ne benya asundwie asom ni nkrofo enya de omobeji atum no se san ye pena ende adentia na ye to aba adentia na ye say sika ato aba ye campaign and one say yakope matchofo na omo be declare maye inti san ye me si ye ni na no eya sefem eya mobo se bebi aga na mpempenso aga na abedui yetimi etu anamo a eguye ni ma say when it comes to democracy eba Africa ni na Africa do wona omo Ghana democracy no ena omusua na so say niema esi why na betumi esua de esi aba inti enya se me kai akotiafo yaw ba me wa rehye mu so omo be kai omo be hu omo be tenase adwen ebi so omo ho se anamontu omutu ye 7 December no dentia no omutu sa anamon no arehye omo omo ni nti ye de ye wo message ye candidate asimedu a movie round sending messages around onim de one lawyer na oye na adwen se obema eneskumi eho akire no obetiti eneskumi wo court no sa lawyer na NDC for se omram begina me mafa fom ewa akotia matete nsem ena menim se otena nyame ya adoma ombeto ama obi omunim no obi a omosore no omokobo ne pon no obebi ama omo obi a omuhia na obetimi abo omudi no no so omoso abo ne din obi a omonno no ewa ayonkofa kese a so omobetimi atena se afa adwen ama akotuye eso atoma afa ne ntoma peifra inti the American na say otena memmo obi ntiti obi a ya tete nsem sa manfo obi be hyehyɛ max no makodi omakoye nneema bi omokoye wo constitute Ablekumanov no MPP for yegina ye nan so ye be bom ho ban enti mumpie nkokoto abamaye
medase ye be ko chief justice nsam no so enka ne chief justice ana meka no eye mame toko no nsam no ene committee de nkrata ko recommendation no ekoye no report and the recommendation ko ma penagina so ama sisem no kasei mame Gertrude Saba toko no onye chief justice bio yebekọ amano so tewu na ye ne lawyer Charles Wusu Joanna edi nkomo kakra na yebisa nsanye bia de asie no etisan yiro me ka ye mo adwomo akwa baba UTV so
me Joseph
ye no say processes from the beginning abepim sabre no we de akire a uhunu ne san ene gina si a finally aba wo mu no
well, from the beginning, Mr. Makase said the process of removing a chief justice, no, akakaka, and just strong enough to say the removal of a president or even the speaker, or 3 houses of government. So we are head of the department on the organ of government. Chief Justice now honor the head of the judiciary, which is the symbol of justice, the protection of human rights, the protection against the very powerful power of the executive or the legislature. And removing a Chief Justice should not be something that is so easy. Now, in this case, no. The petitions nearby and the rest are millions, so far as I'm concerned, in my opinion, and measure up to the standard. Our Sanka, Council of State for deliver forward for a committee to be set up. Then you understand for say, okay, if the president has appointed certain members of the Council of State, and then obviously has gone on to appoint another certain persons have been appointed as a committee, and water down the effect of what it takes to remove a Chief Justice. For example, the president and so impeachment. Impeachment needs to test majority, which is a very difficult feat to get. Same thing applies to the speaker. But wait, as long as we show petition the article, now the Council of State will pick it up and says, okay, there's a prima facie case for her. That's what the president set up a committee. Not a committee in balance of your president. I want to reach them back. What the committee advises so far and compulsory and so far. Now, that is what has happened here. Now, it has watered down the position of the Chief Justice so badly there. Even all my judges know what the Supreme Court, and no one person, or See, the problem is, if you water down the position of the law at any level, one day you will be facing that same law and it will not be able to protect you. What has gone on is a very sad day in the history of this. Not Stockholmism is used too much here. But the fact is, it is the epitome of the judiciary, which is the protector of the rights and of the people of this country against the very powerful power that the executive or the legislature have. Now, if the Chief Justice can be removed anyhow, what it means is that if you are back to Subiano, they are kept if you obey the president take. Because of this one, yeah.
You begin. Whatever, what say you know anyhow? Anyhow, as in what say, petition now, Modecoy, Yanuna, in so near moon. Bonibian see, or how be a maye, and a committee na a chichin mubibia, no more days, our accommodation aba. And now say, Article 146 no. Procedure na ho ebe faso na yetum de chief justice refi wono e na munya den e se tumi hwe na ye hyemu den an konkoma se e te se de te se
maybe they feel said with you where human beings have to use their discretion. What are there? Maybe they no call Council of State and governors will use some discretion or okay, there's a prima facie case, there's no standard. And then that committee level, no so committee will have to decide whether whatever was brought to them, no, it's a measure up to the standard. Before normally, for example, what the machine, the AI machine, the shows okay, prima facie, this is the standard. Yeah, they feed the machine, the Bible, go, and look, and as they do. But where people have to appoint people to sit in positions, the presumption is that if they don't want to do their work as they should, then you have this sort of last position. There is a need for an amendment of how a Chief Justice is removed. That is the only thing that will cure this thing that has happened today. There must be an amendment how a Chief Justice can be removed, because the Chief Justice must have the independence of thought. And he must not be, or she must not be afraid of anybody using any means to remove them. I said, but you may. Now, so we have to make a petition. That petition is a Council of State. That Council of State is a presidential committee. Committee is a decision. The president grants for 9 days for us. Ultimately, the a committee, I don't mind, and one.
It is a process processes no more mredodo. Processes no more mredodo. They say ye miam kakra na yes ye miam.
I will say miam process no. Said who be president ye miam. I said that you have to close him first and we are not support and what mean. Speaker no so star. LC you to start method now.
Okay.
And my Chief Justice.
Okay.
Because Chief Justice now can say that the part will play in terms of the rights of the people of this country are very paramount. What is the mechanism? Because the Chief Justice, the judiciary in the actual constitution, whether somebody is going above or your man constitution and evidence. And I said, constitutional, you know, the president will go above the powers. It is up to her to the judiciary to say no. President won't mean yes, I do. And the legislatures we have evidence of the constitutional. Often on which we have a declaration said ultravirus and it's about the law. It is a very important position.
Okay.
Just to be removed by this unit here. When you be against that.
Okay.
That committee now I'm amending, I'm going to try some of the amendment better for him. There's so much that giving him power.
Okay.
No more plugging up. No more step a very rigorous process. The only president who are going to be back and the yet a process to be FNE and Chief Justice and half.
Okay. What you bring into you, right? You do be I hope say be say nya obio na yetumi edi nkomo extensively afasase mi ho enti da CP no mre da papa lawyer Chaso Usu Juana private legal practitioner and so lawyer ni a wode ne ho na wo ye ne edi nkomo nsem no bre ni ti na ka pese bi ansem how do be fa consensus amamni raise ye ene committee no so ni na bugina so de si gina ye no na ke da toto wahwe but I hope so the appropriate time ne be dis nkomo no mamemra so Abdallah I'm say the SCNA committee no finally one them reports about recommendations so we say Chief Justice the former Chief Justice and assisi be kan sense ma pending krata ba bon say the Debra Chief Justice na Jeff Ninsem mami ti obesi ma be nine I was asem
but I say first of all share obi enim the SCA identity and America so obi enim the SCA because yeah campaign amanfo ke kansem including Omampenyo Tenaso Inde Oka say Oba Omobe Chief Justice. And aside from that, so Omo the NDC for Beba be good bench and so Senebeya Omoko Quarter no man fa evidence be court say no Omoko election petition in 2020 no one for evidence be court no bit me di amomo. And aside from that, a presidential staffer and as Bandi Mustafa Bandi in position here then were NDC. Minua I think Deputy General Secretary and yes, and also AB and Anoka say, after Chief Justice, any Charlotte or side here, any your friend say Jane Mensa dear, quite be so, or move recourse from Bafom Kra, be you with you. Yasaso Tetensem say, even the national chairman of the NDC has also made that session. In the Abbas or Moti committee, or Monsieur Omonia, Premier Fashion. And I would say in Kwedu or Mode Chief Justice na cry yesterday. Almost say Omati committee. Committee nonsense or Mate na cry. Committee no who wants some. Because chairman of the committee, Gabriel Parman, some of the petitions no motroye no can judgment na ye no. And aside from that, onono and acting Chief Justice CC Amena Wokasi and Raymond Atubiga actual research I say any instances bia judges ebana say or just or take a decision a president who interest mono they take decisions that favor the president ofa Raymond Atubiga to nchen no ofa Domlevo nim sansa na cry ye report on Bema president no atro on the Facebook cry say oh Chief Justice the oko or tro no wakasa kwemu but commonsensically whoever understands this committee sittings and how they are supposed to behave no say we're breaching the committee guidelines ono no oya an appointee of the president ono na president yin so onye chairman of the board of Yoko say ni pano okasa onkonko ehwehwe nsemu a obehwehwe mu yie obe meba the ono bana oye a major oye armed forces nipa a woti committee ni so no ni kunu any Chief Justice no issues
away fa
say boboba mo betete aside from that ono lecturer no University of Ghana no oye patron of 10 at the University of Ghana or can the lectures for mama the evidence is there and you see San Niema Webi and a man for Kase. Niema Muye, and it was obvious. Said dear Uye, even the military rule. People saw the rollings, people saw their tampons and co. They never went to this extent. So we'll say democracy no. Because parliament, yeah, say a partisan, presidency a partisan. The only arms of government are what GDA say at least. Only be for kohwa ye nhwese or your party A and a party B ye beka ne nsem se ne mra na sefata now so president you say de ne boso pe de na kuma pe on the party for no meye constitution wofa she amount for kobo utimi kobo football match ye hwe football utimi was a referee where I will buy or the results actually bottom no the buy this same committee unim denti ayeti adenta kumi or through petition e de come president say committee na wati omono me call restaurant sa restaurant na me call ye no me ko who committee judges ne bi panel ne bi members ne bi any petitioners ne lawyers ye meeting and also the video buy sa asem na o kai ni nti anu petututu ye koche no ye the arm men e koche kakranka olu ne yere nuzu ne ba mamika kakranka ne yere no ne nyinsen no essay what do we want in this country 4 years power be president abba 4 years president and what I want asama me
Abdullah
and come time
tie eyen common yedi
nkomo de
yes etu kasara me ba mu a jai ma me so mi sa wasa
I hope say come time o ma me 4 minutes
okay kasa
inti the me can say sa anamontu a president etu no obi enim say aban bia obebe bia ye be yi new chief justice chief justice bia obebe tena so bia amaliba start to throw handle over
amaliba ma me say say they can be say lawyer say processes are womo fa so abedru ba bi adure no omo breachi constitution ba bi o say so for processes ne de nyina ayo okay na mo no full say okwan a ye fa so di chief justice no emunye din compared to president and speaker of parliament no enti pe ono na dwen no say ye betua ye sa article 146 no na say de betumi de yi chief justice na firo no ye betumi amiemu din a e betumi aboa ama yetumi aye ne say nyo bibia kekere begina so e de chief justice no from beginning e be pem ne won so mamiti wadwen kire e wo ho sima be enum
very well lawyer Charles Opoku e kan sasem na odika but say the me boss lawyer Sami Jemfi in a can ansem the source on your Metro TV or say the law does not concern itself with the fanciful intuition of people. As it stands now, the position of the law as it is, relative to Article 146, Clause 1 to 10 of the Constitution, and I invoke in application to this matter. Omampeni enyem fumushubia, and nobody can prove say Omampeni and I'm more to know where Bonibia. Despite all the rant are senior. It's very interesting to note who TMPP for. So, Omampeni Mahama Abum Raso. Na all the bad Bemuno can say, you're trouble manner, or Bobby Chief Justice. Does the president have a power to remove a Chief Justice? What power does he have?
Are you asking me?
I'm not asking you.
Uh-huh.
What power does the president have?
If you ask me, I'll answer.
You see,
you ask me.
What kind of constitution now? With your permission, let me read Article 1, Clause 1 and 2. Also, the sovereignty of Ghana resides in the people of Ghana, in whose name and for whose welfare the powers of government, powers in the plural, of government, are to be exercised in the manner and within the limit laid down in this constitution. This constitution shall be the supreme law of Ghana, and any other law found to be inconsistent with any provision of this constitution shall, to the extent of that inconsistency, be void. As we speak, no opinion or any other law contradict Article 146 1 to 10 as it stands now. Now, so Article 1 Clause 1 here, the sovereignty of Ghana resides in the people of Ghana. What does that mean? Meaning, to me, I did do minus no, and we're Ghana for answer. In your chimumiensa, I didn't crab at a back, I did your mampini, I didn't cotna a bank CM, I friend of Flash House. We are no and a swap for a DUC kind of they make up the executive. And then, almost said Chesa to me be at the ma or Casama for penny or woman, a chairman, some honorable king for Sumana Bagwen, right honorable, on a contingent of 276 MPs, were most normally the legislature. And that Sagana for Nasa Chemuse, Emrano, or Mampeni, Empow, a judge for and from Court Supreme Court, and they make up the judiciary. These three arms of government, separately, but they are subject to the people of Ghana under the powers of the Constitution, where they derive all the authority. and yen Ghana for the determine and never also moye and the Nicolas moye and not article 1 clause 1 and say exercising the powers of government there are limits that all these arms of government cannot go beyond and we check them in the wisdom of the framers of the constitution. On article 146 no more saying the removal of the superior court, the judges of the superior court, and the Supreme Court judges in Ejina Fabako. No more the Chief Justice no so deal or more in any no so Ejina Fabako. No more saying Ghana never be a bit much repetition. At the comma on Mampeni alleging or stating cases or facts or stating a petition or in the nature of a petition against the Chief Justice. Now, since we are here for common Mampeni. What the common Mampeni, what it means is that what suma o Mampeni no. Now, what suma Mampeni no je or no dienu one fan come abejoku eto Mampeni fo. Mampeni sa ka wano di na. Abejoku no endo do asem ni mu no nto Mampeni fo. Na one pe on power abejo minkane eku a committee on betna so. Na one hwe asem ni mu na adanse bi wo mu a yento Mampeni fo na on machi justice ntran nchen. Na hwe ne nsem mu, hwe ne nsem mu wie. Na asem a Ghana ni dia koma Mampeni e wagina so e dia koma apamfo tunufo na apamfo no so gina ho so ati committee a o Mampeni no ama ho kwan o mudi asem na wie na ebona o Mampeni enjina tumi a Ghana for dia man say Ghana mine penny no so no emfa yi nipa kura wodi akonwa no nsi nchen ni pa ni bafofo enkotna ho
it's remember kind
of you hear the rant they don't moye nyina no as a Chinese saying I am daring the MPP. They should write a communique today. No form stamping team. So, and from Ghana for say, going into 2028 elections, their campaign message you say, one more bar, they will change the chief justice. Please, comport yourself. To comport yourself, behave yourself here. So, senior, the law has been applied. We were here. In fact, see, I can't one more independent state institutions now. And yet chief justice or the same electoral commission any 7 commission members in they're equally independent. Would you have say or the same Mamina or a lecturer or Legon or a Mahamade who appointed a two or the friend saying your electoral commission who is he? Boss Sorry, who is he? No, you're patron of Tescon
evidence
in the Supreme Court. You former whole central member of parliament to Obama in the ticket of the MPP. You appointed this man to the Supreme Court as a judge.
And that was in face.
You know that shame of that.
And that was in face.
You know that shame of that. Please can I continue?
Your NDC equally appointed.
Behave yourself. When you were speaking about your
NDC equally appointed.
Respect yourself and let us respect our audience. So, in the senior, ni o mampenia ya no so bi so mampenia ya bonia. Onfa bonia papa na enemra. Me tia, me boa na me to mampenia de so. Because you need to be ni man no. You can impeach him. And if you petition parliament with a proper grounds, they can impeach the president. There is none. And today, senior, so long as the president has not contravened any law, you cannot do anything contrary to that. And don't forget, we will do good to all manner of persons. And you think that even if you are president, you can come to power and say that Chief Justice 20 million. You see, they are sowing the seed. They want to call him no sabe in a period to call no. Are they want and no more vindictive people? They will remove Chief Justice. You will not even leave to come to power to come and remove Chief Justice. Because your party is dead. Your party will not rise up again.
Kingsley Amaliba Ebama NDC na fe Jamaluddin Abdullah Bama MPP yedebesi na ya afena samnaba na chire bejibre na ya hwe petition amode koye no so bibia ensi eye nyina so betuma gina so akasa mame no onfa ne dibre ento ho ana se bibi wo ho na omaye adwuma na mu ne sanse ebia aban foforo bi na de ne baye na aban foforo bi abe na firi ho nti na ebia we koso ensam kan ye koye ni ntira eti ye behwe sane mani nyina na ye de atoto senia so na fe ya pa no pomasibre enti so obi baba betu obi so obi be yi obi de afiri ho ne de emre na be kire ya da mo ase inyakopon ya do mo kina ye be sane mo hia da mo nyina ase ma mo ni hwe ne de yi